Hello everyone, this is Indrajit Ganguly and today I am going to start the first topic and first chapter from the history syllabus, Theme 2, Writing and City Life. This chapter basically deals with the Mesopotamian civilization, and this chapter will enlighten you about political, social, economic and cultural life of the Mesopotamian people. The name Mesopotamia is derived from the Greek word mesos meaning middle and potamos meaning river. City life began in Mesopotamia, the land between Euphrates and Tigris rivers that is now part of Republic of Iraq. On your screen you can see this is the map of Iraq and this is the area of the Mesopotamian civilization. You can see this is Euphrates river and this is the Tigris river. So the middle portion of this river generally known as the area of Mesopotamia. Okay, let's have a look on the geographical condition of the Mesopotamian civilization. Iraq is a land of diverse environments. In the north, there is a stretch of upland called steppe. If you look at the map once again, you can see in the north, there is a stretch of upland called steppe, where animal herding is the main occupation. Agriculture began between 700 and 6000 BCE. To the east, tributaries of Tigris provide routes of communication into the mountains of Iran. This is Tigris and these are the tributaries of Tigris which provides routes of communication into the mountains of Iran. To the south is a desert. You can see this is the southern area and basically these part came under the Sahara desert, and these desert could support cities because the rivers Euphrates and Tigris, which rise in the northern mountains, carry loads of silt, fine mud. When they flood or when their water is let out onto the fields, fertile silt deposited. So basically the river Tigris and Euphrates carry silt and fine muds, and they deposited these silt and fine muds, and by this the area became very fertile. Although there is a presence of the Sahara desert, but still this region is very fertile region and agriculture became one of the important occupation for the Mesopotamian people. So this is the geographical position of Mesopotamia. So you can say that it is a full diverse country. One side there is a mountain, generally rivers provide them important communication, there is a desert and there is also a agriculture fertile land. Next, move on to the second topic, significance of urbanization. Basically, in the Mesopotamian civilization, there are three important cities. What are they? First one is called Ur, U-R-Ur. Second one is Uruk, U-R-U-K, and third one is Mari, M-A-R-I. All these three important cities will be discussed in the next classes. Okay. The division of labor is a mark of urban life in Mesopotamia. Trade, manufactures and services were the main basis of economy. I told you that agriculture, animal herdings, basically pastoralism is the main occupation of the Mesopotamian people, right? But when we are dealing with the city life, so we can say that trading, manufacturing and different type of services, we can say that crafts production became the basis of the economy. City people sometimes depend on the products or the services of other city or village people. If you look at the NCERT of page number 32, you can find the picture of Warka head. This is one of the craft work usually find in the cities of Mesopotamia. Last day I discussed you about the passage based question, source based question. So remember, in page number 32, the passage with the heading Warka head is very important source based question. This woman's head was sculpted in white marble at Uruk before 3000 BC. In the eyes and eyebrows would probably have taken lapis lazuli and shale and butamen inlays respectively. There is a groove along the top of the head. You can see this is called groove, perhaps for an ornament. Art historians basically, they considered this is world famous piece of architecture and admired for delicate modeling of women's mouth, chin and cheeks. So these types of sculpture usually available in the cities of Mesopotamia. Remember, particularly the people who lived in the cities, they usually get different types of material used in these sculpture from the villages and other areas. All the materials are not easily available in the cities of the Mesopotamian, in the cities of Mesopotamia. So they usually collected all these materials for different places. Like I told you about white marble, they collect white marble from different place, lapis lazuli from different place, shale from different place. So they usually collected this material and they produce these material in the cities, and by this they can trade these products in the different parts of the world. Next, topic 3, movement of goods into cities. Mineral resources were not available in Mesopotamia. Therefore, they imported wood, copper, tin, silver, shale and various stones from Turkey and Iran. In exchange, they supplied crops and clothes. Mesopotamia had the cheapest transportation system, that is waterways. Generally, roadways were expensive and time consuming. Why? Because Mesopotamia, in southern portion there is a desert and in the northern portion there is a mountain. So obviously the roadway system was not so very good, and it is time consuming and it is expensive. And next, Tigris and Euphrates provide important world route to the Mesopotamian civilization. So by the use of the Tigris and Euphrates river, the Mesopotamian people, they can easily connect the regions like Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, Turkey, Iran and also the different parts of the Asia. Remember, in class 12 you will read about the Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization is one of the ancient civilizations the world ever had. It is developed in the Indian subcontinent. So historians consider that the Indus Valley civilization and Mesopotamian civilization are contemporary of each other. So there is also evidence that Mesopotamian people, they have a trade relation with the Indus Valley civilization. So in that time there is a trade connection between India and the people of Mesopotamia. Next day I will discuss you about the development of writing in the Mesopotamian civilization. Thank you and have a nice day.